Hello gamers, Agathor here, and today we're going to look at how Miscreated has progressed over the past few months. For those of you that don't know, I created a review video for Miscreated about 3 months ago, and this is basically a follow-up to that video because it's pretty much out of date, and I did bash Miscreated a fair amount in that video. So to start this list of updates off, we're going to look at these new bars in the bottom right of the screen. Before these were even in, there used to be icons that changed colour depending on your levels. I'm guessing that red means bad, which didn't create a lot of urgency, but now that they're percentages, even though it clogs up the UI even more, it feels more like a survival game. It's silly, I know, but it's true. Anyway, I'll quickly go over how these stats work and how they affect your characters now. If you go too low on food or water, you will slowly die. If your temperature goes too high or too low, you will slowly die. You won't lose energy or water like you do in DayZ, however, and if your radiation hits 100%, guess what? You will slowly die. But one of the newer ways to slowly die in Miscreated, however, is bleeding. Displayed by this new icon and the fact that blood is secreting from your nipples, there are 3 stages to bleeding, each one harder to bandage up than the previous stage, so the bleeding works a lot like it does in H1Z1. Whichever way you choose to slowly die, you will have this new heartbeat sound at around 25% health, and your character will begin to climax more and more until they die, along with your stomach making rumbling sounds when low on food, which adds a nice layer of depth which I would love to see in other survival games. One thing, however, that Miscreated was lacking compared to other games in this genre was voice over IP, which is happily now in Miscreated and working well. I had a few interactions on my travels, one of which I would have probably died if voice over IP was not in the game.
If you don't want me to kill you, just run away. I won't shoot you, I promise.
Another nice addition to Miscreated is caves, one of which is near Woodhaven and a larger one near the community named the Shire. The larger of these caves near the Shire has a generator inside, and get this, you can gather parts for this generator like gasoline, oil, a belt and batteries, and you can add them to the generator to power individual lights within the cave. That is cool stuff. Doing this solo, however, is a very long-winded task, as I discovered from my 3-hour expedition, so bring a friend if you are going to do this, and some areas of the cave are radioactive, so you will need to get the reintroduced anti-rad pills to explore it fully without getting exposure to radiation. Along with caves came a slight map expansion, opening up the first and only military base in Miscreated. This base features a lot of new buildings and is currently the best place to pick up the new weapons in-game. Note that none of the vehicles are drivable or enterable at this point, but there is news on the development of vehicles that should be coming soon to Miscreated. Anyway, at this military base you can find an array of new guns. These are a shotgun, a 357 Magnum, a lever-action Wasteland Ranger rifle, and my personal favourite, the Carlington rifle. While these guns do sound like crap and are most likely placeholder, you have the ability to pistol whip now, making even an empty gun a useful gun, something that we should see soon in DayZ Standalone. They've also added some new melee weapons that all pretty much have the same animation, and you can now craft this knuckle duster, which is as OP as it is evil looking. Apart from loads of bug fixes, increased server performance and a new anti-cheat system, that's about it for Miscreated over the past few months, bearing in mind that they do have a small development team compared to other MMO survivals out there. So in conclusion, my opinion of Miscreated is pretty much the same as it was when it was first released. Yes, it feels more like a survival game now, which made Miscreated 100 times more enjoyable than the last time I played it, but customization, animations, the UI and sounds sadly drag Miscreated down still. While the world of Miscreated is a stunning scene of apocalyptic horror that puts most apocalyptic games of this era to shame, I noticed all too much a strong lack of interaction with the world, such as not being able to cook on fireplaces, drinking from water sources, which is pretty much a standard in this genre at the moment, and looting world containers. Because of those reasons, I would still give it a few more months before buying into Miscreated, but if the dev team carry on the way they're currently going, Miscreated will probably be a must-have survival game to play at least once. Thank you for watching. We should see vehicles in Miscreated soon, and I will see you in the next video.